Stories from Cali. Let's see sources. So under Etsy app, you have a sources list. If you vim or VI that and put it in an editor, text editor, so VI space sources dash list, okay? You should have your sources looking something like that. If you can take a screenshot of this right quick, you should have dev http http.cali.org cali-rolling main non-free contrib. That's the main one. The second one is the non-free. The second one is important because that actually is the one that gives you overlap. So make sure you have both those source files, or source entries in your sources. Again, your sources is sources.list under Etsy/app.
I'm not connected to the internet to install it, but then...
Did you move the Kali to the network? Okay. Can you ping, do you have an IP address in your Kali box?
No.
DH client. DHCLIENT. Need an IP.
It doesn't work. It says the service is not active.
The service is not active. DH client is not active. Ping. Okay, you're on the internet. Yeah, all right, so moving on. So once this is saved, and to save it, :WQ bang. So if I made any type of changes in DI, :WQ bang, that writes it. If you just want to check a file, you can just cat it. CAT space sources.list. This is kind of like Linux 101 here, guys. Alright, now I'll show you, just print out the contents of the file in terminal. You can't do any changes here, it just shows you what's there. So if you made a change, that's how you can test it. Alright. So,
well, I have one that's wondering, I'm going to put out this one and then
oh look, it's done. What the hell? What?
Yeah, it's 1 point now. It's going to run copies that I won't have some. Instead of one waiting for a copy. It's better be a whole. Mine can hold now. My USB can hold. Why not testing?
I have this happen from time to time if I'm just scanning one single IP address. If this does happen to you, there's a workaround. Let me show you. So if you go back to dashboard, oh, where's that? Hold on. And dashboard. Oh, it doesn't do that anymore. I know. You go to scans, there's a wizard. Scans, tasks, I think there's a wizard here. Yeah, there it is. You can use the task wizard. This is a good one to do too. So if you just go to the task wizard, there it is, and you put the IP address in, 26.1, and you start scan. This will work too. You don't have to worry about doing the whole target and everything else. That'll be fine. That'll make a requested scan right off the top. Now, that is just going to do a bare bones scan. It's not going to give you a lot of in-depth detail. All right. But for the purposes of this homework, and to be quite honest with you, the first lab is fine. So you can do it that you can do a scan that way as well. For ZenMap, which I do you use again? Just the ZenMap one? It depends on what network you are on currently. Okay. So if you're on that, it would be VNet 8. Situational awareness. Know where you are, what network you're on at all times. All right, there it goes. So hopefully that'll work through. All right. So let's kind of change gears here. What? That was my IP address of my gateway, the network that I was on. That I found through the router man. Oh, no, the one that I showed you? No, that's the target that I'm handing out right now.
Oh,
yeah, the Windows machine.
Yeah, it's going around. I need a copy of mine.
Mine's not forever, sorry.
Yeah, it's a few gig.
It's
USB 3.
I don't have USB port.
You have a USB port?
No, USB 3 port.
Oh, wow. You're going to be here a while.
Yeah.
But we made copies on both phones.
I hope that doesn't mean that I'm going to be here a while.
Well, I made copies on mine and mine.
Thanks. Okay, I cannot put I think it's a 9 gig file. I don't have that in the Dropbox. And I tried that once, and I got banned from Dropbox for a month. Yeah, I went down there. This is like 3 years ago. Yeah, because I was able to zip it up. I got it down to like a couple of gigs. But I had like 40 some odd students that were they just said.
There's like 3. There's 3 going around.
That's what you, yeah.
There's keep on happening. He doesn't have. It's just like, it's going to be going around.
All right, so just here, as you're getting that target.
It's 2, right? It's going to be a while. I'm like, I'm saying right now, it's going to be a while because it's...
You're going to be here for at least another hour.
Unless you guys have USB or something else.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to kill this scan.
And?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Oh, it's 25%. What the hell? Oh, it's 25%.
Not free space on it.
No, you don't have enough space.
How large is the drive?
7, close to 8.
The case of the drive?
No, this file is 8.
Oh, how large is the drive?
It's 14. So you, I mean, we have to, so you have to be like a lot. You practically half your stuff, more than half. I recommend, I have your secret in fast right now.
Yeah.
All right. So with that,
Let's see if I get
I'm
another.
going to go ahead and shut down my Cali
Let
box.
me eject this one.
That'll get out.
And I'm going to put it back on VMnet 1. so that I can bring up that Windows target. That Windows target needs to be on VMnet 1. Yeah.
Can we have two microphones, one on that and one on the internet?
Absolutely, you're not going to be able to scan it though. You're not going to be able to scan from Cali to your VMnet 1 unless you go through and set up OpenBox, or excuse me, GNS3.
Oh.
Yeah, you can do it that way. That's a little more complicated for what we're trying to do.
Who needs an
Huh?
Why can't we think this?
Because it's on a separate network. There's no network connectivity.
No, I think we have this.
I was like,
There's nothing routing between the networks. Your host system is not acting as a router.
Oh, that was from 481.
Yeah. This is for which one? Yeah, I gotta do
I had to do that for 481 for
Yeah, I
You
got
need
to,
that,
yeah, I have to do
I
that.
need like a.
I have to just sit in the paint. So if you just do that, I will give you 40 points, trust me.
I'll just sleep.
Yep. What?
Your quote, man.
Are you on that network? So not that two. Got you. So you switched from VMnet 1 to VMnet 8? Yeah, that's right. So, when you say you got to be in VMnet 1, what do you define? What second one? What do you define second? Okay, you're not going to be able to think VMnet 8 from VMnet 1. So, yeah, that's why I had to run here. I had to run that virtual router. That was one of the over. There you go. Yeah, make sure all your routing is good. You can, but you have to create a NIC. You have to add it into VMware. You add another NIC. Do that kernel level. Yeah, and then you have to add it into VMware. Who needs it? Making the password. We need an open box setup. Right. I don't want to turn off. Oh, those are your dead. Did you record that?
Yeah, she's doing one of them.
Yeah. Trial and error, trust me. All right, check it out. So, I've shut down my Linux box, or my Kali box. I need to put myself back on VMnet 1. The Kali box needs to be on VMnet 1 in order for you to scan, hack, do lab 1, because that Windows target has a static IP on VMnet 1. You need to make sure that your VMnet 1 is the same IP address as my VMnet 1, because it has a static IP on that Windows target box. To do that, you have to go into the virtual network editor.
Okay.
I may have covered this last week, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But we'll go over it again. So if you go to edit in VMware and virtual network editor.
Okay. Lab 1.
I believe you need to set your VMnet1 to 192.168.199.0/24. I'll double check that, but I'm 99% sure that's what it is. So, wow, I love it when I'm right. VMnet1, 192.168.199. So, here's how you set that. So, when you go into VM Network Editor, your subnet might look different. That's okay. Here's how you change it. Come down here lower right. See where it says change setting? It has a little administrator mark on it. Click that.
Say yes.
Say yes. Wait a couple minutes. Alright, so now I can go into each of my VMnets and change their configuration. So I'm just going to select VMnet1. You see down here where it says subnet IP? That's where you need to change it. So you need to make yours 192.168.199.0, 24-bit subnet mask, and then once you do that, click apply. Your apply button will light up. That's not the way it looks. Your VMnet1, do that now.
Can I put it on a different VMnet on the setting batch?
As long as you
Have Callie.
reconfigure the Windows target to be on that VMnet, yes.
Okay. So this is both the other, right? Instead of both Callie and now 188.
You need to change it to 199. Change it to 199.
I mean, my whole virtual machine is on, it's not 199, it's 186.
You need to change it to 199. My target that I'm passing out is 199.
Is that not like default? But okay. I'll figure it out. I might get really easy. I might get up to take it for that VMnet1, have both Kelly and the target on VMnet, whatever the VMnet belongs, and have the IP address.
Alright, I'm moving on. So, in addition to this, once you click apply, you need to go into the DHCP settings and change your DHCP settings for this VMnet as well. Because if you do not do that, when you boot up your Kali box and you have it get an IP address, it's not going to show up by DHCP. Now, if you give it a static address, that's beside the point, you can do that. Whatever makes you happy. But for ease of use, you still need to set your DHCP scope.
Oh, okay.
So, when you click DHCP settings, you need to change the starting IP and the ending IP. It doesn't matter what you do. I just, made mine the top half. I kept the default these times. Right? Broadcast address is going to automatically populate. Just make sure you don't include a broadcast address as your ending address. That'll screw things up. Do not make a broadcast address your ending address. Hopefully you guys understand what I just said. So we have a /24. What's the broadcast address? The last octet. 255. So that 254 is going to work. So once that's done, you can click OK. Click OK. It'll reset. Takes a minute or so.
It is 30.
Can we change this before we do the previous part and still be able to do it? What do you think?
Yeah. All right. Next, I'm going to make sure that both my CIS target is on VMnet1. It is. And my Kali Linux box is on VMnet1, which is not. So I'm going to change that. And once that's done, I can close the machine. All right. While that's doing that, let me go ahead and pull up lab 1, the Windows lab. We'll start going over this. All right. So, with this lab, there are 10 steps. Okay? We start talking about scanning and enumeration and footprinting. This is a good lab that kind of goes over that in the first 3 or 4 steps. You're going to do an in-map scan. You already did an in-map scan of your host. Pretty straightforward, right? Provide a screenshot of one of the vulnerabilities you find from an OpenBOS scan. So you need to do an OpenBOS scan too. So I'm not looking for the PDF there. You can give me the PDF, that's fine. Just scroll down the PDF and show me a vulnerability. Or you can just show me the screen where there is a vulnerability, screenshot your fine. Alright, step 3 is more of a hint. Look at all the open ports. Alright, HTTP, Telnet, SSH, FTP. Provide in your report a list of open ports from one of your tools. You can do that from ZenMap, you can do it from OpenBOS, you can do a manual in-map scan, you can use another tool altogether. Here. Give me a list of ports. 4, given the data you found in 3, exploit the server. Now, that's where it gets fun. Okay? That's where it gets fun. Okay? I'm going to show you a couple of tools that you can use to do that. Okay? But here's the crux, guys. You've got to be able to touch the server from your Caliban. Meaning what? You've got to be able to ping it, right? You've got to be able to see it. Can't ping it, can't hack it. Okay? Or can't pull up some sort of service on it, can't hack it. You could have ICMP filters, might not be able to ping it, but might be able to get to the web page. Might be able to find a SMTP port or a Telnet port or SSH port. You got to be able to touch something. Galley. I try to make this easy. So open up the terminal, we get an IP address. All right, cool. So I'm on the 199 network. The target here, I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. Target's 192.168.199.21. There. Happy belated Christmas. So if I ping that address, I'm ready to start doing the lab. Okay, so you got to make sure both the Kali box and your Windows target are on the same VMnet, VMnet 1, host only. Have to make sure that your Kali box gets an IP address on said network. Okay, whether it's through DH client, it automatically grabs it, or you give it a static IP address. Okay, and you will be able to ping that server. Once you're able to ping it, then you can go crazy. So you nmap scan it. Let's take a look at it nmap scan. Information gathering. Let's go pretty quick. Nmap. Scan that. This won't take too long. All right. my goodness, look at all those ports.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, this is exploit by design, guys. Anybody else need the target? Anybody else need this Windows box? Going once? Going twice? Wow, I love USB here. Huh?
Mine.
Okay, yeah, make sure if anybody's passing on USB, they give it back to the owner. Thank you.
Got the other gray one.
All right, so you know how I harped in 467, and hopefully your other professors that you had in 307 and 347, you took those classes, well, you had to take 307. They harped about knowing port numbers. Okay? So some of them you'll recognize like right off the bat. Some of them are dynamic port numbers. Wow, port 80? Port 80 is open. Everybody knows what port 80 is, right? Port 25 is open? Everybody knows what port 25 is, right? Port 21 is open? Port 110? These are common port numbers. You should know what they are. Alright? This is a screenshot that I'm looking for number 2. I'm sorry. Number 3. Alright? So I need an open box scan this thing. Yeah, it's going to take a while. When you do your open box scan, actually I have this already done. We start open box. Now you can do the wizard, or you can set up the target, do the scan. You can set up different types of scans. Whatever makes you happy. I need to reinstall Kali this weekend. My stuff's running way too slow. Come on. That's running way too slow. I gotta reinstall. But when your scan completes, you should have something that looks like Got it. Come on. Got it. Yeah, something that looks like this. Okay. Lots of bad stuff. Red's bad. Kenzak's really, really, really bad. Okay. Now, here's the fun part. This is where the enumeration step comes in. We haven't talked about it in class. We talked about it in the enumeration part. Enumeration comes about after we've done footprinting, after we've done scanning. Then we got to figure out, okay, what is the potential vulnerability of some of the stuff on these systems that we're trying to break into? Okay, that's where the reports like this come in handy. Now, OpenBoss is an open source, free vulnerability scanner. Now, it's not that great. It's not. You go out and you work for a pen testing company, they're going to give you something like Nexpose, Qualys, Nessus, things of that nature, a quality vulnerability scanner. Okay? Now, again, that doesn't mean that it's the end-all be-all. Okay? You can also come up with your own tools, develop your own tools. You might work with other developers that are developing tools that you need to test. Okay? Happens. It's called competition. That QOB, that percentage, is a relative ranking, like how positive is this vulnerability. There's an 80% chance that it's actually a true positive, not a false positive. But there's a 20% chance that it's a false positive. Okay? So we look at a couple of these. Well, let's just, here's a good one. Microsoft Windows SMB Negotiation Protocol Remote Code Execution Vulnerability. Click on that. Gives you some detail. Alright, looky there. When you find stuff that has CVEs, okay, or you have vulnerability markers like the MS09-050, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. That comes in handy on the next step when you try to break into it. So, hacking in easy mode. The best way to hack in easy mode is to use Metasploit. Or use the skin for Metasploit called Armitage. Right? So now, if I, go to the server, I just see that, I can't log in. I don't know what the username or password is. Don't email me for the password to the server. I'm not going to give it to you. Okay? Don't social engineer me. Social engineering does not work. Okay? See the really crazy alien dude with antennas? This is Armitage. Alright. We need to start our PostgreSQL service first for this to work. That is PostgreSQL.start. Alright, so I need to start that service in order for Metasploit to work. Now when I click the alien dude, Armitage, alright, keep all the defaults, we'll connect, don't freak out, you're going to ask for the RPC server to start, click yes. You gotta make sure your PostgreSQL service is running. If it's not, it's going to fail. There we go. All right, yay! God, it's going slow tonight. Okay, so you may have come up with this. What is my IP? It may not recognize this IP. So, go to a command prompt, hit config, find your IP. My IP is 192.168.199.140. Back to Armitage. 192.168.199.140. That might not be what you get. You can get a different IP out of your DHCP scope. Please keep that in mind. Okay. Alright. That's not it. We'll get rid of that. That's over. Alright. So, I need to find this. So So guess what? I can actually do an in-mat scan from Armacon. I'll host in-mat scan, intent scan. Same IP as before. And guess what? If I go straight here, I can do like all those different steps, like 1, 2, and 3, minus open box. Okay. Oh, look, I discovered all my ports again. Yay. Oh, by the way, you should never, ever find a Windows box on the internet that is this host. Ever. If you do, email me with the IP. Get it? Okay. So it'll take a couple minutes for him to have to finish up here. But when it does, it'll populate in the attack pane, which is that big black area right there. Don't worry, when you get to lab 2, lab 3, when you're doing this with Metasploitable, I just kick to the curve and do it yourself. There's plenty of stuff online to figure out Metasploitable. There's no way for this to speed this up. Map scan for the day, my Zenmap scan. But look, it didn't actually find what OS it was. That's kind of interesting. But it did find all this other good stuff about the potential of the server. Okay. Again, open source software kind of gives you a roundabout idea what it could be. When you get into using more enterprise class software, it's a little bit more detailed. A lot more development time goes into the tool. Going back to the vulnerabilities. If you look up these CVEs or you copy the information, switch this over. This is why you really should use VM tool. Copy and paste from your host into VM. You pull up the security vulnerabilities, get information on them, etc. Right? Hey, scan complete. Look, it actually figured out that it was a Windows box. That's kind of cool. All right, so from here, you can actually tell the the application to do an analysis for you. Okay? And you can do this with Metasploit as well at the command line. So I'll go here to attacks, find attacks. And based on the OS detection and the open ports and all kinds of other stuff, it'll figure stuff out. Try this. Okay. Alright. And here you can actually find different attacks based on services, etc. So if you've noticed that MS0950 was a SMB vulnerability. You guys kind of see how I'm connecting the dots here? It's not hard. Oh, but wait a second. Oh crap, I don't have MS0950. Oh wow, that sucks. No, don't worry about it. Go over here to exploits, or go to the search bar. Wow, looky there. SMB to negotiate bid high. Oh, what did that say? Negotiation say, here. Not hard, guys. You just have to be a little creative. Knowledge is power. So, let's go ahead and try this one. So, if I double click on it, okay, module exploits is out of bounds function table, difference in SMB, request validation. Okay, driver flew. Alright. Report, offset, our code, options. Try that one. It may work, it may not. There's also the one for negotiation function index. You can see the vulnerability is really long. There we go. Really like 4. So remote code execution. Typically, remote code executions are the ones that you want to look for. The value vulnerability is one we tried. That didn't work. So we'll try this one. Look, this gives me a little bit more parameters. Localhost is right. Remote host is right. Typically, anytime you have used a reverse connection, you want to do that. I'll give you one option. Click one. That'll bring up another exploit. Sometimes you try one exploit and it doesn't work. Yeah, so the first exploit forked it. Okay. Restart. Let it reboot. Kill your exploits. Wait for it to get back to Stable environment, try again. Okay? This is not going to be a click, 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 next, next, done type of endeavor. Guess what? Pen testing is. Now these are more easy exploits, but still, there's a process. It's a trial and error. Trial and error. Always, again, this is a lab environment. Always go back to your host and see how it's behaving. Did I make it reboot? Did it do anything? Right? You have that option in this class. You don't have that option when you're actually doing pen testing in the field. So, again, this is good experience. So once that's up and done and it's back to its normal thing, we can try that second exploit again. Or see if it, hey, was that the one that did the DOS attack? I even lost the IP address. No, it's not the session log off. What other else things can we do? Windows. Oh, look here. Pretty sure this function index is not supposed to work. If it doesn't, guess what? There's other stuff we can try. Because once you have that vulnerability scan done, there's other ones. There's another SMB and TLM.
I'm sorry? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
My calculator.
I'm just having issues with OpenVast. It's going to take forever to install it, so I'm going to install it at home. Huh? Yeah, it's just it just takes forever. Because I tried to do it during the weekend, and I left it overnight, and it didn't do it. Like, it was just stuck. I was doing it now.
There's another one for SMB, MS10-010. That was promising. Maybe if we didn't succeed the first time, try again, right? Right. That didn't work. Target's still there.
Wasn't it second?
MS10-010. That's not that stuff. So there are other PHP backdoors that are working. I don't know. You may have to reboot both systems a couple of times. At first you don't succeed, try again. Windows. Nah, that's not gonna work. I honestly think I need to reinstall my Kali box. I've also had students have better luck with exploit from command line. Going back here, if number 6. With number 6, once you break into the box, you need to create a backdoor. Now, there are several ways that you can do that. You can do it with what we call an interpreter session. You can log in and create your own backdoor. Create a file share. Create a login account. Right? There's a multitude of ways. Don't overthink step 6. Don't overthink step 6. Okay? You can set up RDP, create your own account, log in. That's my backdoor. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. That'll go in hand with number 7. So once you create your own account, log in via Armitage. There are several different ways you can do that. You can BNC through Armitage. That means you have to actually ensure that BNC is running on the box. I think it is installed. You can set up RDP again. You can set up SSH. Yes, you can SSH to a Windows box. It's not on by default, but you can set up that service. You can set up Telnet to a Windows box. Yes, you can set up Telnet to a Windows box. You typically don't see it, but you can do it. So number 8, you can set up a service that will provide remote access on an unconventional port. So you can do number 6, 7, and 8 all combined into one if you really think hard about it. You can 3 birds, 1 exploit. 3 birds, 1 exploit. All I'm saying is the unconventional port is you set up Telnet, and instead of making it where you Telnet on port 23, you Telnet on port 1025 or 2501, something like that. Something that's not typically effective. That's how you can tunnel to a protocol that is on an unconventional port. Why? You can circumnavigate an intrusion detection system that way. 9. Now 9 is simple. All I want you to do is use a brute force tool. And all I'm looking for is an attempt. You don't have to brute force it. If you do, and you find the password, great. Bonus, well, no bonus points, but good for you. But I'm just looking for the attempt. You can use Hydra. We'll go over that next week. You can use Cane Enable. There's a lot of different ones that you can attempt to do that way. Okay. So, have the entire quarter. Don't sweat it. Take your time with these labs. Okay? Concentrate on the homeworks every week, but take your time with the labs. Have fun with them. Because trust me, if you don't have fun with them, you're just going to get frustrated. Okay? Work on a little bit each day. Work on a little bit each day. Come back to it. Take a walk. All right? Get away from it. That's when I do my best thinking. Man, how in the world am I going to break into this network? These guys are buttoned up tighter than a chick on a coon dog's ass. All right? I've come across that several times. And I have to walk away and think, gotta be some way I can do this. Yeah, I'll come up with something. At least something I can try. So, with that, next week, everybody know what network adapter you need to have for wireless? The Alpha. We went over that. I think I posted it on Blackboard. You need to have that. We're going to start that next Thursday.
Does it have to have the same specs, like the 1000? I found it 2000.
It has to have the Realtek chipset. Realtek chipset. If you can't find the Alpha, there's one made by Panda that will work too. We tested that last quarter. Okay? What you're looking for is the Realtek chipset that you can put the network adapter in promiscuous mode. Promiscuous mode. Okay? I will bring down the wireless AP and we'll break into that next week. Good time. All right. Enjoy your weekend. I really hope that the Patriots lose. I can't stand the Patriots. Tom Brady is evil.
I agree with that.
Yeah, what's up?
So, I'm wondering if this is something on the one track. So,
Give me 3 screenshots?
yeah, I have
No, I'm reading it right now. I want to go back to the memory I'm not going to be typing you have to open them up and then go on to the browser and
you want to solve